Episode 4. Guys, what is good? This is episode 4. I'm just happy to be here. Lonely Uncle Podcast. We're doing this thing. We're doing it right, bruh. I want to give a strong shout out to the listeners. We got a little boost. Got some people writing in. Thank you for writing in. I just wanted to spice this thing up a little bit. Get the actual listeners and the watchers involved, and you guys did step up. I'm excited about this, and I want to start off the show on a positive note. Yep. Yesterday I went outside, and let me tell you something about what I really like in life. What I really like in life is I love waking up in the morning, going outside, and inhaling some nice, cool, crisp air because the fall season has arrived. And Raleigh, that's where I based this out of before we move out to LA pretty soon. If I keep on moving up the charts. Yep. Gonna be in LA. Yep. Gonna have to get used to it. Anyway, but until then, we're gonna base this out of Raleigh. But in October, it can still be 97, low 100 degrees some days, and it's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. And so just the other morning it was 50 something, and I was just feeling it. I had that positive energy, and I just had a great day. I feel like I sleep better in the fall, like a bear. I hibernate. Told you I'm trying to gain weight for my Halloween costume. Some news broke for that I'm going to address about that situation later in the podcast. So I'm excited. We got a full plate for you today. I hope you love to eat. Okay, so looking on social media, and I have to say that I've kind of felt out of place, or not out of place. I just kind of felt that I was, what am I trying to say here? I kind of felt like, I wasn't invited. I wasn't invited to a party, a general party. Man, dude, the pictures of people at the pumpkin patch, woo! The pumpkin patch, bruh. Man, that place was popping. God, I felt left out. And most of the time you go to the pumpkin patch, you bring your children. And as we know, Jay Rich doesn't have any children that he knows of currently. So me showing up at the pumpkin patch, riding the little pumpkin ride, your head bouncing from hitting every bump, and you got your little pumpkin. I think it might weird some folks out. It might be kind of weirded out. So, but everybody looks so, man, the pumpkin patch looks like a magical place where dreams come true. You got little kids with little pumpkins, and and then they're going to take it home and carve them up. It's exciting, It's a good time of the year. And I love seeing that, man. I love seeing that. And I thought about going out there. I have a friend, she's pretty cool. She's down the road. She has a little kid and a toddler. I think it's a toddler. I don't even know what a toddler is. I don't know the age range of a toddler, but little kind of creature, kind of person. And she's like, dude, she doesn't even like her kid. She's like, Jay Rich, if you want to take and borrow my kid sometime, you can give them back if you want to, but you can take them anytime. So I called her up and I was like, yo, can I borrow him for the weekend? Maybe go to the pumpkin patch, maybe holla at some woman, because that's my style. That's a good conversation breaker, is that your kid? And then from there, yeah, pretty much it's over, it's over. But I got busy, got overwhelmed, and I didn't make it out to the pumpkin patch. And she was mad at me. She was like, "Why didn't you come get them?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, maybe next time." But it's Halloween's approaching really quick. But Man, the pumpkin patch, man, I saw some. Man, I didn't know the pumpkin patch was a place for romance. Romance. Wow. Guys and girls going to the pumpkin patch and picking out a pumpkin, making that a fish, making that a fish. They look so happy with their pumpkin. You know, like this is it. This is what we've come to. This is a symbol of our love. This pumpkin. You know, and maybe they go home and they do that cool thing where you carve it out and you have the pumpkin's face, like the mouth of it open, and you have its guts pouring out of it like it's throwing up or something. That's always silly. It makes me laugh. And that's probably really entertaining to them. And they have a really good time. They bond over that. So feeling this time of the year, and I was going back for that crisp air hitting my lungs because it's October, and I'm just really feeling this. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy this time of year, but can't say this week has been perfect. Just kind of get into, people are like, man, you need to get personal. Well, I will get personal. This week, I had a little girl I was hollering at. We decided we decided that we're going to be mature and we're going to go our other separate ways. And, I'm kind of down about it because we were going to go to this costume party coming up this week. And, it was my suggestion that we were going to be Raggedy Ann and Andy. And, be a couple's costume because I just want to show that I'm committed. And anything that we do, it's going to be thematic. It's good. We're in this together. And as you know, I was getting ready for the part. I was, gaining weight, because Andy, man, people don't know this about Andy, but Andy can squat about 350, and he can bench press like a lot of weight. So I was trying to get in, and he's buff. He's buff. Andy, Raggedy Ann, and Andy, yeah, it's Andy. Whoever Raggedy Ann's man is currently on Instagram, I was gonna be him. But we just decided. She was like, she got offended. She's my girl's a little, SJW, little social justice warrior. That's what kind of turned me on. But we're just being big about this, being mature, and decided that we could go our own separate ways. But she thought I was being, I told her, I was like, I'm gaining weight for this part. Of being Raggedy Andy, and she said that's offensive. She told me that's offensive. Like, men don't have to play that part. They don't have to gain weight, in order to fulfill, be man and masculine. And then, we just kind of disagreeing. We went our way. So we're still going to go to the party, and we're still going to go as Raggedy Ann and Andy, but we're not going to go together. Like, she's going to be up in there in that corner chilling with some friends, being social. I'm going to be on the other side probably of the kitchen, just as Raggedy Andy. Just because, it's just, we got to be mature about this. And I don't want her to think that, that I can't handle this. So we're going to, we decided to kind of do our own thing. And but we're still gonna go to the same costume party because I already went out and bought this, and I've gained all this weight for this part. But we'll just have to be civil, because that's what it's all about, baby. That is what it's all about. So I'm back on the market, people. I'm brushing up my profiles, and so you might see me out there. Got some questions people wrote in, and I wanted to give a strong shout out to anybody who wrote a question. I'm not going to get to them all today. Try to keep this around 12 minutes because I know the average listener listens to this about 3 to 4 seconds before clicking it off and getting on with their life. So I just wanted to keep in that, keep that in mind. So I'll keep this thing moving, bro, until I get my studio. And I can go the full, hour or 3 hours, depending on how long I want the show. But I want to give a shout out to everybody who wrote in a question, and I got one I'm going to answer today. And big shout out to Brooks. He had some great questions. I'm getting to one of your questions today. And then, we'll move on from there. But you ask, what kind of woman does Jay Rich have, or want in life? And that's a great question. And I have a couple qualities I look for. I want a woman. God, what kind of woman do I want, man? It's gotta be, that physical, that attraction at first. Across from the room, I'm like, oh, there she is. Gets me excited. Maybe a good little jawline here. Maybe some shoulders. My last girl didn't have any shoulders, man. It was kind of weird. She'd be like, give me a shoulder massage, and I would like reach, and it was just like arms and no shoulders. So I'm kind of looking for a girl that has a shoulder, maybe a big neck. I don't know why I associate with a big neck, like you kind of, you're moving around, your head's on a swivel, you're kind of protecting me, your mate, you're protecting me. You're just like, kind of looking around, making sure everything's cool. Maybe a little, maybe not too big of a neck, but a couple inches on that neck, bro. I'm feeling that, and that's physical. But also, I think when I think, as the older I get, I realize that I just want someone who's going to be my teammate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to work together on this thing, and we're going to figure out how to be happy. And that's what it's all about. So I'm looking for a partner, a partner in crime, as some people would say. And one thing I do is I look back at my past relationships, and I just like, man, I don't know exactly what I want specifically, but I know what I don't want, and there's just some things that just drove me crazy. Like, dated one girl, she was an atheist, and everything we did, she had to mention it. We'd be out in public ordering breakfast, and she'd be like, we'd be at the McDonald's or something, and she'd be like, well, I'm an atheist, and I would like, a biscuit, without butter or something. She'd, everything was whack, and I was just miserable. So I know I don't want something like that, because, when you're, she's an atheist, so I had to carry her, like I was LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I have basically just put her on my back, and I carried her because she'd be moping and stuff, and I would be like, hey, where's who you turning to? Who's your higher power? And she didn't have any, so she always came to me, and I would put her on my back though, and carry her through. So, little small stuff like that. But I think, man, the relationships and the connections that you have in a girl, I think it's easy. You know it. You just know. It's like, this is good, So, that's kind of, and like my boy LL said, he put it this way, and going back to Cali, he said, bikini small, heels tall. She said she liked the ocean. So I probably just want a girl that also likes nature, likes to get outside and do that thing. And I think that's about the time we have today. So I really appreciate you writing in, listening, and man, I got some big things planned for this little podcast. So enjoy your week, and I'll see you here at the same time. Lonely Uncle.